Hi, welcome to the Queen Kim Real Talk. Hashtag, I'm going to keep it 100. Y'all come on in, come on in. I got a guest, an artist. Y'all don't want to miss this. So y'all come on in and I'm going to do like I usually do. I'm going to start inviting some people, tagging some people to come on through. And just give me 1 second. Our guest is hiding off until we get started. All right, take a little moment. I'm excited. All right, let me get it in the groups so they'll know your girl is live. How's everybody doing? Let me turn on my comments. Y'all give me 1 second. Welcome to the Queen Kim Real Talk. I'm just sharing in the groups, and also if y'all can share also, that would be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. We got to get some people on in here. I'm almost finished. All right, y'all. Let me know y'all rocking with us. Hold on tight. My guests, hold on tight. I don't want to bring you up too quick. All right, let's see. Yes, indeed. Y'all come on through. Let me go on my other page. And yeah, start sharing on your page also. Think, come on in. Welcome to the Queen Kim Real Talk. We finna get started in a minute so I can see how everybody been doing. Got to share it in some groups. Give me 1 second. She got some awesome music. All right, I think I'm ready. Wait, one more thing. Yeah, I think I'm ready. Okay, yes, I'm ready. All right, I'm going to bring my guests on up. Okay, let's see. All right, welcome to the Queen Kim Real Talk, Miss Angel Faye Russell.
How you doing?
I am doing wonderful, wonderful. I am so glad to see you and have you here on the Queen Kim Real Talk.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me. You know, it's funny being a program director. I'm usually on the other end of the microphone
Yes.
doing the interviewing, so this is a little different.
Oh yeah, this is going to be very interesting. It is. Let's see. I think I shared it. I could have shared it in a little more groups. They tend to move a little slow, but
Yeah.
But we're
Sharing.
gonna get. Oh yeah, but once they start coming in, they'll come in.
Hmm.
All right. Now, don't y'all be shy. Y'all can speak. Miss Angel Faye Russell, y'all can speak to her. And Miss Angel, tell everybody where you're from, city and state.
I am originally from Montgomery, Alabama. This is where I was born in a little house right on Major Street, where they held a lot of the marches, civil rights marches back in the
Wow.
60s. And I was actually born at home. Uh, 842 High Street in Montgomery, Alabama is not, the house isn't there anymore.
Okay.
It's actually a parking lot now for a famous club that a lot of famous stars have been in. So yeah,
Yes.
Montgomery.
Oh, a midwife. Would you call that like a midwife delivered you? That's what they.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, okay. Well, how many? Okay, how many sisters and brothers? Are you the only child?
Oh no, I have on my daddy's side, because it's always a mom and a daddy thing.
Yes.
My on my daddy's side, I have two other brothers. Only one is living right now, and on my mother's side, I had two sisters and three brothers. But my two of my brothers are not living right now. On
Okay.
my
I'm
mother's
sorry.
side, yeah.
So you holding the torch for them.
Oh,
Okay. Hi, everybody. Mr. Jabo, Texas Prince in the house. Uh,
hey, Trouble, what's going on?
oh, Jed, Mr. Jabo is in there. I got to talk with Jabo about that beautiful award he got, but I'm gonna be talking to him real soon too.
Yeah.
Miss Dorothy Roberts, thank y'all for tuning in, and all the guests uh, who hiding off. Thank y'all for tuning in. Miss Angel, you you have you wear many of hats. But let me see. You broke down that Montgomery. How was it living and growing up in Montgomery?
Well, actually, I didn't grow up in Montgomery.
Huh,
When I was very, very young, my mom
okay.
moved us. She separated from my dad and moved us to New York. So I basically grew up in New York,
Wow.
on Long Island, New York. Hmm.
Okay. And but now you reside.
Yeah,
Uh,
right. I came back home. My dad got sick. Um, Husband died. Dad got sick. So I came back home, and I just stayed. I never went back. And
oh wow.
I lived on Long Island in New York. Grew up with a lot of people like Flavor Flav and um, a lot of artists like that. You see Run DMC going up and down the street. Uh,
What?
my first boyfriend, a lot of people don't know, that was Eric B. and Rakim's bodyguard.
Come
Yeah,
on, girl.
this stuff.
That's right. Over here at the Queen Kim. Yeah, don't hold nothing back.
Yeah, but
Eric
Flavor
B.
Flav is actually the one that got me started. I lied about my age. I was like maybe 13, 14 years old. And I
Okay.
was sneaking up in the studio with him. And he's the first person to actually record me. And
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav, his name is Rico Drayton. He lived in Roosevelt. He lived a couple of blocks away from where I was living in Freeport. It was like on the boundary. At that time, we were living in Freeport, and it's like you go 2 blocks and then that's Roosevelt, but it was like a couple of blocks away. And he's been wearing that clock for years. And yeah, boy, he's been doing that since, you know,
Since you known him. Okay.
yeah,
All right. He just grew up there. Interesting.
yeah.
And what did you so he got you pretty much into recording in the studio.
Yeah, he got me into recording, and because I hung around the studios as a teenager, one night I snuck into this bar. He had no business being there, but it was band. It was a band there, and they said Angel's gonna sing. And I said I am. I'm like okay, so I sang, and then the next day, my manager at that time, his name was William Seabrook. He also at that time was the manager for Roy C. And he asked me, he said, "You have a demo?" I said, "Yeah, I have a demo." I gave him the demo tape and everything. I was about maybe 15 years old, and I said, "Yeah, I have a demo tape." So I gave him the demo tape, and he said, "Is that really you?" I said, "Yeah, that's me." So he put me with this group. The name of the group was called the New Magic Touch. The Magic Touch originally was a group out of the early 70s or something like
Okay.
that. And he put us, he rebuilt this group, and we were touring, So he put me with this group.
Wow.
We had, I wish I had the pictures in the studio. I have the pictures of it, but um,
Okay.
um, Lisa and Camille and Lisa. Those were the two background singers in the group.
Okay.
We
So
did a
you
song called
so
Step.
you were the lead. You were the lead singer.
Was the lead singer. What happened? There was an original lead singer, and she got sick with cancer, and
Okay.
she had to be replaced in the group. So they replaced me in the group with her. So I actually toured. Um, we went, did a lot.
Wow.
TV shows, Ed Sullivan Theater back then. In New York, there was a place called Ed Sullivan Theater, which was like a huge, huge place. So we
I knew you was the real deal. I
and
knew you was the real deal. That's why I told I got to get her on over here. That's right. Interesting story. Interesting journey. Now you also have a gospel background.
well, everybody starts in the church. Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
starts in the church. I actually belong to a church, Mount Sinai Baptist Church. That I think is Baptist Church Cathedral. Now they changed the name at that time. Reverend Mackey Senior was the pastor. The late Reverend Mackey Senior was the pastor.
Okay.
But Donnie McClurkin was actually the former minister of music at that church. So
Oh,
when he was building Perfecting Faith, he actually did Bible study at that church. So I had an opportunity to do that and had a homegoing service. So we had the opportunity. I had the opportunity to actually perform, sing in the choir. Actually, I sang in the choir on that homegoing service that he had at the church. And so,
wow.
yeah, it's
Oh,
interesting.
wow.
Yeah.
You done told me a lot in a few minutes. Now let's see who any other artists, Flavor Flav, Eric, any other mainstream artists you met.
Well, I used to book bands in New York before I got married young and everything, but I always had my hand in the music thing. So
Okay.
I booked, I would book bands, and um, I helped with a show that was Cuba Gooding Sr. From the Main Ingredients. I helped to
Oh,
book
wow.
a show for him. The show did so well, they had to add a second show. Um,
What?
they did two shows one night. They had to add another day and do another two shows and stuff. That it was so big. But I worked with him. I've worked with Rose Royce. I've
Oh,
worked,
that's my hold it now. That's my people, right? Oh, girl, you say Rolls Royce,
yeah,
car wash. Y'all,
yeah,
y'all. I don't know if y'all look. We got to stop and let them know. They, I don't. They might know who we talking about. Rolls Royce, car wash.
yeah.
What's the other song? I can't think of it, but they know the car
Sitting
wash.
in this chair, waiting on you. Oh, baby, see things my way.
All right now. And then the Mr. Cuban. Wait, how you say his name? I'm sorry.
Cuba Gooden Sr. and one of his son, Thomas Gooden, he actually played in with one of the band. Well, I guess a couple of the bands. We had this place in New York. We had a couple of different places where the band. He had live bands playing. Place called Oasis. It's actually still there. Debbie Napa and the Napa Time Band. His son actually played with them and a lot of other bands, and like every Sunday, I think they're still doing it. They would go to these different places and play. So a lot of different bands, Pep, and Pep the Entertainer. He was with Son of Berserk, this group called Son of Berserk. You know,
Okay.
they would play and stuff. So just exposed to a lot of different people in the industry. I have went to places like they have like American Legion in Harlem, New York. That's on
Okay.
125th Street. They call it. I forget the other name of it, but 125th Street in Harlem, and right off those streets they had like a American Legion or something. You might see Najee, the saxophone, jazz saxophone player.
Okay.
He just might walk into a jam session and start playing and stuff like that. So it's just really great. But
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
primarily started doing jazz and neo soul in New
Okay.
York. I was only exposed to Southern soul when I came here to live.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I actually titled you as a blues artist. What is your genre?
Well, you know what? I say I'm Southern soul, but in actuality, I don't want to limit myself. But right now, my focus is primarily Southern soul, and I'm working with what I might call a Southern soul movement to try to have Southern soul added as a genre to the
Oh
Grammys.
wow.
Yes, so I have
Yes.
a fantastic manager. His name is Joe Mason. He is actually the road manager for Lenny Williams. And I have a co-manager. His name is um, oh my God, Vincent Berry. He's gonna choke me for not remember his name. But Vinny, I call him. He actually worked with Norman Whitfield, who worked at Motown, and
Okay.
he also was the person that discovered Eminem. So he
Oh
actually
wow.
worked with Death Row Records and Aftermath with Dr. Dre. But that's my manager right now. He's managing Binky Womack, who is the nephew to Bobby Womack,
Okay.
and he's the reason why I did a song with Binky Womack. I wrote a song called "I Know You Miss Me," and they liked it, and they
Yeah.
suggested we do it as a duet, and we did. So that was released on Sony and BMG label. So yeah, Binky Womack, he is awesome. You have to
Okay.
listen to the song. I know you miss me, Binky Womack,
I
Angel.
did. And
So
and I'll tell you what, let's stop for a minute and let's just take a listen to it. I'm gonna pull it on up.
oh,
Now,
okay.
while we talking, while I'm looking for it, what actually was your very first song you recorded?
The very first song, other than Step Into My World, was as a Southern Soul artist. It had to
Okay.
be the songs on the Taste of Angel CD, the Trail Ride Slide, the original one. I did a remix on it. It's a long story with that too.
But that was the very first Southern Soul.
Right, very first, and that CD, A Taste of Angel, is available. It was released by Music Access, which they still have it. Um, that's no, we need to talk about that too.
Okay.
What happened? My manager, the late great Robert Henderson Jr., he's the one that encouraged me to come and become a soul. Well, her and him and Peggy Scott Adams. I was with a band called Funk Nation Band, and
Okay.
we played behind Peggy Scott Adams. She did the song Bill and all of that, and Donnie Ray, and
Okay.
got just didn't work out. But he actually took me under his wing and taught me a lot about the radio industry. And he actually is the one that put the deal together for the leasing of my master with Music Access. And what happened, it was a 3-year deal. This is good to know because a lot of people in the industry probably
Right.
don't really know a lot of stuff. And I'm going to be a panelist at um, the Southern
On the
Soul
Southern
Music,
Soul. Yeah. Radio music film conference.
right? And
Okay.
some
Awesome.
of the stuff I'm going to talk about. So, but what happened?
But
He
while we mention it, and that is August the 19th. You're going to be August the 19th, but it's
right
actually August the 17th
17th to the
through the
20th.
20th.
Right.
But we're going to talk some more.
Hmm.
We're going to talk some more
Okay.
about that.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to actually play that song. But
I
let
know
me
you.
yeah, it's featuring is it
Actually, even though I wrote the song, I'm really the feature person. But Binky Womack is really, the person I released because it was released on BMG label, which is the label that he's on. So they just, yeah, that's how I got added.
all right. Well, let me stop for a minute first. I want to just welcome and thank everybody for tuning in. Let's see who else. Miss Aura Jackson Reeves.
Hi,
Uh,
Miss Sarah, how you doing?
she said hello. OC Soul. OC Soul.
We'll see. All right, out of Atlanta, a great, Miss Aura,
Uh-oh, y'all wait.
talented young lady. She has this song, Mr. Right, Love Me Wrong, Mr. Wrong, Loving Me Right. You gotta listen to that song by Miss
Is
Aura, OC Soul.
which one that was? What's her name?
Miss Aura Reeves, and condolences to the on the passing of your husband. Um, but she's an incredible, talented. Um,
Okay.
uh, Also, OC Soul and the Soul Patrol band. Oh, they
Oh.
tear some stuff up.
Oh
They
wow.
a lot of talent you talking to
Oh
on that.
yeah, love talent. I love talent. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome, Miss Wilhelmina Marshall. Just checking in. I want to speak to. Okay, I think I spoke to Miss Dorothy Roberts. Mr. Cedric Williams. Cedric
That's my brother.
Williams. All right, awesome.
Hey, Cedric.
He might be still in here. Okay, and let me do my little promo. Oh yeah, he's in here. Xavier, he said Xavier says hi.
Okay, hi, Xavier. That's my nephew.
All right. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Now, and y'all follow us. Follow me on my Facebook page, which is Queen Kim. Also, my YouTube at Queen Kim 100. And also follow Miss Angel Faye Russell on her Facebook page, which is Angel Faye Russell or Angel Faye Russell Williams. And you can hear all of her music and everything. And right now, we're finna hear a little bit of I Know You Miss Me. All right. I know you miss me, baby. As soon as I left the room, I know you miss me, baby. Guess what? I miss you too. Girl, when I met you, I got warm feelings deep inside. And then you smiled at me, baby. Yeah. And it drove me clean out of my mind. And when you looked at me, girl, it went straight to my soul. When we made love, I could feel it from head to toe. Oh, I know you miss me, baby. Soon as I left the room, girl. I know you miss me, baby. Guess what? I miss you too. Tell me about it, baby. Then came the trials and tribulations. Yeah, we had our shares of ups and downs. But my love is so strong for you, baby. Yeah, please let me stay around. Went straight to my soul when we made love. I feel from head to toe. Oh, I know you miss me, baby.
Yeah, I miss you too. Girl, the messy people talking all
All right.
right.
That's that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. We're gonna get into a lot of her songs, her music. Because I gotta ask her some questions about some of the name and titles of these songs. She knows, but it is gonna y'all stay
You
tuned.
make me
Because
tell all my business.
exactly, it's gonna teach y'all ladies something. That's why I brought her up here. Miss Angel Faye. She the real deal, baby. But Miss Angel Faye, let's go back a little bit. You wear many of hats: TV personality, radio host, uh, everything. What else? What you don't do?
Well, I have to tell you a little bit about radio. Robert Henderson, what he did music distribution for a lot of labels, Echo, Malaco, and people like Miss Jody and all of them. Well, I would help him distribute that music, put it in envelopes, and actually mail it off and stuff. But at the same time, he taught me a lot about radio. He taught me how to uh, purchase a radio, from buying the signal to all the process of installing the equipment and just the things you needed to know about being in radio.
Wow.
He was instrumental with me doing that. Now, when COVID hit, was a lot of people that helped. Man, I just don't want to start naming names.
Yeah.
Costi J helped. The Blues Doctor. Oh my God, the Blues Doctor. We're gonna get back to him
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
because yeah. But I'm gonna talk about him now.
You want to go ahead and talk about the Blues Doctor?
Yeah, the Blues Doctor. He's with WRFG out of Atlanta, Georgia. And what happened, he had invited me to interview me on the WRFG radio station one day. And I came a little late. I came
Okay.
a little late because, I had to come early in the morning, coming through traffic I had to drive from Montgomery to Atlanta. And so because I came late, he said, "Oh, you got to come back next week." So I came back next week, and then he was like, "Oh, you have to come back next week." So so it ended up like every Friday I was there with him. So,
Okay.
and now I hope with this stuff. But anyway, he passed.
Oh, I'm so
I
sorry to
went
hear that.
I was on my way to Atlanta. Uncle E, another talented artist, he did this song called "Throw That Thing." He passed. His funeral was this past Saturday, and I had talked to the Blues Doctor that Thursday. I was supposed to meet up with him at the funeral, and he
Okay.
didn't answer his phone. But to make a long story short, he passed, and the family is in need of help uh, to getting him buried. And
Okay. You had
yes,
a you had the information.
right. So they have a GoFundMe account that's set up for him.
Okay.
I'm trying to give you the right information. But if you go to GoFundMe.com to it's under Ron the Blues Dr. Donald, and the family is requesting financial help to help with the funeral expenses, and they also have a cash app. The daughter has a cash app, and I'm going to give you the cash app.
Okay.
It's $ all one word, smoke and stone, and her name is Amanda, an awesome, beautiful young lady. Um,
Okay. And
and
repeat that cash app again.
it's $smoke and stone, ANSMOKEANDSTONE. Now I'm reaching out to anyone, any artist, or anyone in the music industry that he has ever supported in any way, shape, and form. It can be $5, pennies,
Right.
or anything help. If you can just help the family with that expense, it would be greatly
Yeah.
appreciated by him. but
And
he is
he had a Facebook page. They can also go to that too, or
Ron the Blues Dr. Donald. Yeah,
okay,
as a matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna share this on his Facebook page.
okay. And also explain what did he do again in the for the music industry.
Okay, he is the one of the first people in the state of Atlanta to actually play Southern Soul. He is instrumental in bringing, helping Calvin Richardson,
Oh
Sir Charles Jones, TK Soul. Even Tucker. A lot of the big name artists. He's the first people to play them in that area because the at that time the terrestrial radio stations were not playing
no, there
any
wasn't.
type of Southern soul. It's gained a lot more attention recently, and you have a lot of other people in the industry that is supporting Southern soul. But he really is the pioneer. He's also um, he was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame, and also he actually this will be the second time,
Okay.
and in August. But he passed away before he can do that,
Oh,
but
wow.
he's instrumental and he taught me a lot about the history of blues and Southern soul. And he is the one that actually encouraged me to support Southern soul. And that's how I got involved with working with the person, Greg Skelser, from the Grammy Voting Committee.
Okay.
Yeah. My co-manager, Vincent Berry, like I said, who worked with Norman Whitfield. He's the one that wrote all them songs for the Temptation. Papa was a Rolling
Huh?
Stone. Yeah, so he worked with him, and he is the one that introduced me to Greg. They said that uh, he was well. Anyway, we were talking, and he was asking me about what genre my music was, and I told him it was Southern Soul. He said, "What is that?" And and so I tried to explain it to him. He said, "I tell you what, why don't you come to LA and do a presentation or whatever on what Southern Soul is and stuff like that." So he said he would work with me to put together a proposal to have Southern Soul added as a genre to the Grammys.
Wow.
Oh, great.
Wow.
So what I did, I got put everything on a thumb drive. I reached out to some people. Jay Wan is one of the people who gave me his EPK. I'm naming names. Vic Allen. When I reached out to him, one other person, King South, because they said they were considering bringing Southern Soul artists to some of the offside events that they have, meetings that they have before the Grammys. So they wanted me to give them some information and everything. So I gave them the EPKs for those artists, and they were just asking a lot of questions. Is it more than 100 people in genre and stuff like that? So this is really huge.
Oh
So
wow.
Greg Seltzer, the one that I met at the Grammys, and I went to LA, and met with him and everything like that. He is he's supposed to be coming to the Southern Soul Music Radio Film Conference. I don't know if I said it right.
Yeah.
In August. So
Southern Soul, the Southern Soul Radio
Music
Music Film
Conference, right?
Conference.
In
Yes.
August 17th to the 20th. So he's one of because they're trying to find out more information about what Southern Soul is and everything. So that's
Now, now you been wait. Salute to Uncle Verge, from Atlanta. Uncle Verge in the house.
oh, hi Uncle Birds, how you doing?
Salute to Uncle Verge.
Yeah,
I got to talk with Uncle Verge.
yeah.
All right.
But the
Yeah.
blues doctor helped encourage me to hold the torch. So that's how I got involved in Radio Him. There were other people here in Montgomery. God bless his soul. I can't think of his name right now. He was a city council person. He has a internet radio station that's really big here. He was trying to get me work, but a lot of people helped me with radio. So when COVID hit a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago. That's how long I've been doing it. I was approached by Jerry King. He's the executive producer of my Southern Soul Breakout show that's carried by multiple stations in the UK and London and just all the states. And he asked me if I would be a host. I said, well, you know what? I would love to be a host of this show, but the only way I would do it, you would have to allow me to play only female Southern Soul divas for the first hour, and they agreed to it.
Oh, wow.
The first hour of my show, I only play female Southern Soul divas. And I've always been reaching out to them, but that happened. I was trying to find a way to keep my name out there because, with COVID, nobody was working. So I was also approached by another person from Z105.3 FM radio, Blue Dr. Feelgood. He asked me if I would come and be a DJ at the station after I was doing the Southern. So I said, be a DJ at the station. So I went there, and after I got there, they needed a program director. So
Okay.
the owners talked to me. They said, hey, they found out about the experience I had in radio and everything. So they said, well, can you be the program director? I said, okay. So I've been there.
That's what I that's what I was talking about. She wear many hats, y'all.
Yeah, but COVID is the reason behind that. I only thought that was going to be a temporary thing, but
Oh,
it kicked the doors open and allowed me to be able to share a lot of Southern Soul music for artists that was not heard. So
heard.
I know Roscoe Miller in Montgomery, Alabama, his station plays a lot of Southern Soul, but when it comes to the Black Belt, I'm like the only station other than, oh no, the sister station for 105.3 is 107.5 FM in Uniontown. Their two stations are owned by, some the same people. Bookie T is out there doing his thing. Shout out to Bookie T.
Okay.
107.5 Uniontown. But other than that, I'm 105 is, and they're really the only ones that were playing Southern Soul other than 107.5. So I was able to bring a lot of the new artists' music and play it. So I like to think I did help them come be able to be booked in this area.
Yes,
Um,
that's important. Because if
I,
the DJs are not playing the music, how are they gonna get booked?
I was the first person to book Mr. Campbell in the Black Belt area. Let's get nasty, baby. I was the first person to bring him here. I was the first person to bring a few people. Q, he does his song "Taking My Dog for a Walk." I'm the first person in the Black Belt area to play his music.
Okay.
Shout out to Union Music Group, Jay
Oh yeah, this union.
and Fire. Oh, they on there.
Talk to me about how did you connect with that union music group? How did you hook up?
I've learned after, getting into radio about the production quality of a song makes a difference when it comes to having a song played on the radio. It's a lot of stuff I didn't know. So I've been searching for that. And with each song, if you listen to my first song to now, you'll see the production quality has improved a lot. Um,
Yes,
King South is a local artist here. He did a song with Jeter Jones, Southern Soul Cowboy.
yes.
So, he actually, when I sat down and talked to him, long story, I can't talk too much, but I'm going to tell his business. Yeah, the Death Row Records actually offered him a contract.
Oh wow.
And, nobody knows this. Death Row Records offered him a contract, and I wanted him to have like an inside picture of what the Snoop Dogg and all of them at that Death Row Records was like. So I told you my co-manager Vincent Berry, he's actually one that discovered Eminem, and,
Okay.
and he worked with Death Row Records. He worked with when Dr. Dre left Death Row Records and went to Aftermath. Oh God,
You know it all.
all
You
these people are coming up from Aftermath Records to with the Chronicles. Oh my God, these. Well, anyway,
Okay.
because he knew the inside of it, and I put him on two-way with King South so he can speak to him to learn more about the inside of what's going on with Death Row Records and stuff. Now, Binky Womack, the one that I did, the I Know You Missed Me song,
Right.
he actually produces music for Snoop Dogg in Death Row Records. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's how all of that connected. So
That was back then in the 90s. You talking about in the 90s
no, I'm
or
talking about now.
right now?
Yeah, right
Okay.
now he's producing music
For
for
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg and Death Row Records, right? So that's why I linked them up. And
How old is Womack? Beanie Womack.
I don't even know. I I I can't even lie. I'm not even sure.
Okay, I just figured he was kind of young or middle.
Well, he's not old. I
Okay.
tell you that much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's not old at all. Yeah, so he has his own studio and he does music production for them. And so there's just so much going on. Oh my God.
Well,
So much information, but going back to where I started, when COVID came out, I basically got involved with radio to keep my name out there, and it turned up blowing up to something bigger than what I had anticipated. Because when I first started uh, with Southern Soul Breakout, it was only on about maybe two or three stations. But now it's carried all over, on in California, Texas, North Carolina,
awesome.
UK, London. So
Yeah, I was finna ask. Yeah,
it's still
had.
expanding. Yeah.
I was finna ask you. Did you reach overseas or?
Actually, I'm doing my music. People don't know this, but my music is doing better overseas. When I had got with Music Access, you could go and find my music in Walmart, Best Buy, Target, Barnes and Noble, and stuff like that. So they actually embrace my music more overseas than they do here. As a matter of fact, right when COVID hit, I was offered. They were trying to bring me to Brazil to uh, do about 11 shows in Brazil right before COVID hit. And at that time, my manager had died, and I didn't know anything about going overseas, and I didn't know anybody. I didn't want to go over there and end up a body part or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, or turn up, listen. So I was kind of slow, and I guess I'm glad I did because I probably would have been there during COVID, and
Right.
I think everything worked out good for the best.
Hmm. So when you talk about, you said to get your name out. Let's talk about your name because you got an interesting story about Angel. Your name.
Well, well, a lot of people think Angel's my real name, but it's actually not. It's my stage name. I got the name because I collect angels. And when I was in New York, I used to hang out with this group of makers. I work. I used to work for the Department of Corrections as
Okay.
so I hung out with a lot of people that worked in the legal, area, whatever, and
Okay.
they were called the peacemakers. So they actually were the one that gave me the name Angel, and I just kept it, So
All right. Very interesting.
yeah.
Hmm. So are you any yeah, very interesting. But I'm telling you, you have been your name has been popping everywhere on flyers. You've been you've been look like you've been booked. You've been booked. And let's see, let's get into this union music group. Where you say your music kind of changed, but I like it. I love it. Actually,
I
let's
started going on a tangent, but yeah. King South. I found out, okay, the keyboard player in my band, his name is Verb. And if you hear that sound, that
Okay.
tag, want to cook up, bro? That's him, the keyboard player in my band. He did the music for King South. And King
Oh,
South, when I talked to King South to find out about how he produces the music, I found out that he does that his name is Verb. He does the production of the music, but he takes King South would take his music to Union Music Group to get it mastered. So that's how I found out about Union Music Group. So when I kind of hooked up with them and I said, I need you.
yeah.
Like, you know, what a
They,
lot of people don't know, I do a lot of my own tracks. I have a help recently. Um, what's his
so when
name?
you do a lot of, when you mean by you do a lot of your own tracks, I mean, I know you write your music, you're a writer.
I have a studio here in my house, and a lot of people don't know that I can actually play instruments. You know, I can play the
Oh,
keyboard, and I play the bass. I have a six-string Ibanez bass guitar, and but I can only play my stuff on the bass. But yeah, I play keyboard. What happened when I first started with the Taste the Angel CD, I had a problem getting people to help me to produce and get tracks. You
right,
know, so my manager said, Angel, why don't you just get a studio and do it yourself? And I said, oh, okay. But I didn't know how to play well. You know, I knew a little bit about playing. So I got with a guy's name is Eric Perkins here in Montgomery, Alabama, and he actually worked for like Mardi Gras Records, and you
hmm,
know, he worked for a lot of. I don't remember exactly which, but he actually taught me how to play. The guy had online sessions with him, and he actually taught
yeah,
me to play the keyboard. So I learned well enough to do my own tracks, but I wasn't good enough to the quality wasn't all that great. So I always needed to send it to somebody to fix it, you know, and
right.
make it more marketable, you know, because I always see myself as a product.
See, you're that's what I like. You're inspiring other people, artists. Uh, do it yourself.
So every single track that's on that, my first Taste the Angel CD, all the music and stuff was done by me. The lyrics, everything was done by me. My Angel Soul Kitchen, I think I have one song that somebody, his name is, oh, he's going to kill me. Um, Jesse Smith. I have a
Okay.
song called Boomerang Love. He helped me write that. Then I had another song called Listening and Waiting. That song was written by Carolyn Jackson out of Jackson, Mississippi. And some of those songs were done with a studio out of Jackson, Mississippi. Forrest Gordon. He actually worked with Malaco Records in Malaco Studios. So some of the same musicians that worked in Malaco actually did the tracks for like my Boomerang Love.
Hmm.
And oh, I can't forget remember her name, Tanya. Tanya did the background for the Boomerang Love song, and she worked with a lot of artists, but a lot of people went through that studio. So I've just been searching, and I'm glad I found Union Music Group right here, so I can stay home. And
Yes. And I'm trying to pick what I got. This one of my favorite. I gotta play this one right now. I'm gonna make a man out of you.
okay, JoJo Moore. It's a long story. But he did the track, and he came up with the concept. I'm gonna make a man out of you, and we wrote it together.
Oh,
But
I
yeah,
thought that was your idea. So it's actually a man.
it's actually a man. Yeah.
What you say?
Yeah, he said they was going around, make a man out of you.
I'm telling you, I absolutely love that one. I can play that one all day. And this is what I mean, ladies. She gonna teach y'all a little thing, or two, or three. But here we go, Miss Angel Faye Russell. I'm gonna make a man out of you. I love this one. Let's go.
The Union Music Group. I'ma make a man out of you. Gonna make you do what I want you to do, boy. I'ma make a man out of you. Cause you're loving on a woman that know what to do. I'ma make a man out of you. Gonna make you do what I want you to do, boy. I'ma make a man out of you. Cause you're loving on a woman that know what to do. I'ma turn a boy
Come on.
into a man. Boy, you're messing with a real woman. I'll make you scream. I'll make you shout. I'll make you move out your mom and daddy house. You never met a grown woman like me. All the love you got in you, I'm about to set it free. I'm not playing silly childish games. Little boy, things are about to change. I'ma make a man out of you. Gonna make a man out of you. Gonna make you do what I want you to do, boy. I'ma make a man out of you. Cause you're loving on a woman that know what to do. I'ma make a man out of you.
That's right. Y'all throw some hearts up.
Gonna make it do what I want you to do, boy. I'ma make a man out of you. Cause you're loving on a woman that know what to do. Your whole life is copy, paste, repeat. Why don't you drop your thug thistle? Gonna make you take a seat just one night. With me, I guarantee you gonna earn your grown man degree. You never met.
That's right.
A grown woman like me. All the love you got in you, I'm about to set it free. I'm not playing silly childish games. Little boy, things are about to change. I'ma make a man out of you.
Come on, Angel.
Make you do what I want you to do, boy. I'ma make a man out of you. Call this a good man degree. Cause you're loving on a woman that know what to do. I'ma make a man out of you. Baby. Gonna make you do what I want you to do, boy. I'ma make a man out of you. Cause you're loving on a woman that know what to do. Stop playing those video games. Put that milk down and get you a real beer. Don't you see the trash running over in the house? Pull that trash to the curb. You need a real meal. Come and get some greens, cornbread, and some neck bones and put that fast food down. Pick up your own stinking drawers. You're gonna be a man when I'm finished.
That's right.
I'll whoop you all around this house.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey.
When I was in the studio recording that song, there's a hip hop studio right next door to it. They all came out when I was at that part, trying to do the talking part. And they were like, people were gonna like that song. You need to talk about McDonald's, and you need to talk about dirty underwear on the floor, and you need to talk about. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I didn't want to say McDonald's, so that's why I said fast food and tell them to take the trash out. I'm like, okay, but I'm like, they were all into it. I'm like, okay.
Now these were men or ladies?
No, these were young guys.
Young guys.
Yeah, like in
yes,
their 20s.
Indeed.
Yeah,
okay.
They came out. I said, okay.
I absolutely love that song. Y'all was feeling that song. Y'all throw some hearts up. They were feeling it. They loved it. Miss Levine Verma.
Hey, how you doing? She is.
Oh yeah, she say congratulations.
105.3 FM listener. Thank you. And the station.
Right. Salute to all the radio, anybody in radio business, artists, salute. Thank y'all for tuning in. Man, I love that song. I can't tell you how many times I just absolutely love
I
that
also
song.
want to mention Z105.3 FM. The station was hit by the tornado in
Oh,
January 12th, and it was off the air for a while. It's back on the air, but the building is still closed. So we're having like a little fundraiser thing, Juneteenth celebration on um, June 19th. It's going to be at 1501 Jail Chestnut, right at the radio station site. They're going to have music, free food, and stuff. So that's going to be on June 17th, Saturday, June 17th.
okay, awesome. And while we talking about event, you're gonna host KOS.
US. Yeah.
Let me let you June the 24th, but let me let you break it down.
Okay. KLUS is the only, well, the first black female owned, African American owned radio station owner in Louisiana. And she is having her 20th year birthday anniversary celebration. Now, she is one of the stations that carry my Southern Soul Breakout show. And that's how I got involved with her. So she invited me to come and host the show. And she was like, well, who can I have on the show? I said, you got to get West Love, So she said, okay, I'm going to ask West Love the other show. So she's going to be there along with a very, very talented artist, Vince Hutchinson, him and his original
Original Heavy Storm
Heavy
that's my people.
is going to be there, and their general manager, by the way, God bless his soul, DJ Freddie Fred just passed. He was supposed to be there, but they're also going to have Rude One is going to be there. Um, Stan Butler is going to be there, and he's actually going to be performing. He's one of the
Yes.
fine, my dead brother, and preach with home wrecker and stuff like that. So he's going to be the West Love is going to be working it out.
All right. Oh, they gonna tear it up.
Yeah, yeah.
And Vince Hutchinson and the original Heavy Storm Band. We coming all the way from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We coming on a busload. Oh, baby, we're gonna have a party. June 24th. I can't wait.
Well, I will be flying in from Atlanta, coming back from Miami, and all other stuff. I have two shows that, well, like I said, this Saturday, we'll be at the radio station doing the Juneteenth fundraisers and celebration. And then on the 18th, I have a show that I'm going to be on in Verbena. Oh, my thing is dying. I got
You
to
gotta plug it up. Okay.
plug it up. But I'll be in Verbena, Alabama. And
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, I'll play a song. Another let's do the other woman. We'll listen to that one a little bit.
Okay, that's a song that's in the process of being released.
Oh, they probably can't hear you. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. We forget about the dollar. Cause the love is so good. That's how all us ladies get tricked. Being tricked. Yeah, girl. Y'all listen, ladies. I'll be the other one. Long as I know I'm the only other woman making love to you, baby. I'll be the other woman. As long as I know I'm the only other woman making love to you, baby. It's early in the morning. You're having breakfast in my bed. Think about the other woman is messing with my head. I know in a while you'll be back in her arms, but I love you so much. I'm addicted to your charm. I'll be the other woman, long as I know I'm the only other woman making love to you, baby. I'm the other woman, as long as I know. I'm the only other woman making love to you, baby. My heart is broken. You got me flying on one way. Your love so addictive. You got me trembling by a string. She could never give you all the attention you need. Uh-oh. She the clean up woman. Oh yes, ma'am. All of these songs, they just talk to us. But they blues to me. You say Southern Soul, but you know,
Well,
it's
Southern
all the
Soul is
same.
called Southern Soul because of the region it comes. It was labeled Southern Soul because most of the music that comes it comes from the southeastern region, like the Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana line. So that's how it got the name Southern Soul because of the regional um, part
Right.
of it. Yeah, yeah, part
Now
of it.
when you talked about the Grammy and talking to the people, let me ask you a question. Because I know when the artists label their music, they don't label Southern Soul. It has to be blues or R&B soul. So how are the Grammy gonna work that out?
I'm glad you asked that question. When I talked to Greg, he's like on the Grammy voting committee. He was the one that helped get hip hop into the nominated as a genre in the Grammys, and that was like the first. And then he also helped with a lot of other new music being accepted into the genres. When I spoke to him, he said that it can be called Southern Soul. He said that they would classify it under what they call regional blues. And that category, regional blues, they have the Delta blues under there and things like that. So he said it can be called Southern Soul.
Oh,
And now Southern Soul is being well, the major labels are recognizing Southern Soul now because it's making so much noise, and
right.
yeah,
It
so
is.
yes, a lot of. Well, I know a label for a fact. On one major label is actually starting a Southern Soul division in the process of looking for artists and people like that. And I have some other good news too. I have another song I was supposed to release before this other woman song called "Girls, Girls, Girls."
Okay.
What happened before I could release it, I got a call from my manager. Well, first of all, I got inboxed by a lady. Her name is Colleen Wilson. She is with Universal Music Group. And she gave me her number and asked me to call her up. And I'm like, wow, okay. So I called, we talked and everything. And then about a week later, my manager called me up and told me that that a major label was interested in doing a distribution deal for that song. So it's in the process right now. And, it's until it's signed, sealed, and delivered, but yeah, gotta
Well,
attorneys and everybody gotta work that stuff out.
all right. It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. Let
Yeah.
me get back to that song, The Other Woman. You wrote that?
Yes, I did.
Uh-huh.
Well, what I try to do when I do my music, I try to bring something that's familiar to the table. And Betty Wright and the Soul Singers, I'm trying to think, I don't remember the name. Soul, um, I'm really bad. But Betty Wright originally did that song called The Other Woman. And I just did a remix on it. So, and that's another thing. You have to make sure you get rights um, to
Yes.
do this. You have to file and make sure you have the rights for this music. I have another song I did called Baby Boo Remix, and it has like another tune like Tonight is the Night type thing. that Betty Ryder wrote. I didn't know that she's not the one that owned that track. I found out that it's originally like a guy in Italy or something like that that owned that
Yeah.
track. Yeah, so it's interesting. But you gotta
Awesome.
make sure you get your copyrights, your
Ooh, them
permission.
copyrights.
Yeah, and permit. But we're gonna talk about that. Come on out to the Southern Soul Music, Radio Music Film Conference, August 17th to the 20th, and you're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna be on that panel, and they're gonna be talking about a lot of great things. Boogie from the Boogie Report is on that panel. Lee Parker, who is Wilson Meadows' manager, he's going to be on there. Emmanuel Lewis, who is used to be on
Yeah.
different, I think he had different.
'Cause he be doing some Facebook DJing. Yeah, he do.
He's actually the ambassador for the conference. They have a lot of well-known DJs. Cassie J from here in Montgomery, he's a panelist. He's going to be speaking. Um, just a lot of great
Yes. I
people
wish
in
it
the
could be.
radio and music and the industries is going to be there. And they're also going to have a Southern Soul showcase. So they're going to have artists performing there too. So it's going to be
All
interesting.
right. I
Now,
hope they go. I hope they do a little live or somebody go live. I wanna see a
yeah,
little. I'm pretty
just
sure somebody gonna
Google
go live.
Southern Soul RMF.com. I think that's it.
Oh wait.
Is that right? Let
I'm
me
finna
look.
write it down. Go ahead. Oh,
Hold on. I want to make sure this is right before
okay.
I don't want to misinform anyone. So let me make sure I give you the right information. Let me see here.
While she's looking, I'm gonna name some more of her songs. Baby Boo. Oh my God. Men will sleep with anything. I wanted to play that one, but y'all got to go listen to these songs. Men would sleep with anything as long as they can bang, bang, bang. That's my girl Angela Faye Russell. She don't be playing now.
I tried to say the things that most women are thinking, but don't really have the courage to say in the street.
Yes, yes,
That only applies to who it's not for everybody. Not everybody's like that. I actually am with a great person who are it's not like that, but
right.
it's only if it applies to you. So don't get your feelings hurt, guys. It doesn't apply to everybody. You know
Yes,
who it applies to.
it don't.
But it's the Southern Soul Radio Music Conference. It's August 17th to the 20th. It's going to be at the Doubletree by Hilton. That's on 3400 Norman Berry Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's 4 days of networking with the elite industry shakers. They're going to have workshops. They're going to have radio panels, which I will be on one of the radio panels. They're going to have an artist showcase, short film video premieres, media vendors, DJ Tech Lounge, awards dinner, and a gospel breakfast. So that's over 4 days. And they have some of everybody that's going to be at that conference. And I tell you, you have to come and check it out. You're going to learn a lot. Networking is going to be crazy because of all the different people that are going to be at the. I'm going to name a couple of the people um,
Okay,
you, that you
you,
may
you
know.
might have me coming down there. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm pulling this flyer up now for it, so just be bear with me a little bit. But I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. Now
Um,
let me. I'm gonna name a couple of more songs. Miss Angela Faye Russell, Sugar Daddy, Can't Teach Your Old Dog New Tricks. I'm gonna play that one. Better stick together. She
well,
got
that's a new song. I haven't really officially released that yet, but
okay.
that I try to do songs that mean something. And right now, there's so many songs about cheating and everything. I actually have a cheating song too, but um, I wanted to try to do something positive. So people have things they go through, you know, but nobody's perfect. So, just like Betty Wright said, when you're having problems, they get together, have a dinner. You better stick together. You better stay in love. You better keep your good thing. Um,
Right.
Breaking up is hard to do. Is a crying shame. And another woman's trash. One woman's trash is another woman's treasure. So you may not think you have that, but half a good thing is better than no good thing. So there's no perfect man or woman out there. So
Right. No one's perfect.
that's right.
So we're waiting on some more information.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, follow me on my Instagram at Queen Kim 100, my YouTube at Queen Kim 100, and my Facebook right here, Queen Kim. Also, Miss Angel Faye Russell. Follow her on her Angel Faye Russell or Angel Faye Russell Williams page.
Right.
And y'all stay connected.
Oh boy.
Throw
It's
some hearts up if y'all was feeling her music and enjoying it. I'm telling you, I know I do.
I want to say thank you to everybody that actually supports me, the music, the radio station, Southern Soul Breakout. Um, I just I appreciate everybody so much for the love, because there's no way I'd be where I'm at right
Right.
now
All
without
your
the support.
supporters. Yeah, go ahead and shout them out.
Not only the fans, but also the people that are in the industry to play my music, the DJs in the clubs. Uncle Verge, I love you, guy. And I hate to start calling names because there's so many people in the industry. Wild Man, Rennie Brown, WMPR, Jackson, Mississippi. You have Donald, DJ Nine. He's in Meridian, Mississippi. Um, right here, Kasi J. Roscoe, Daryl E. Right here, Atlanta. Um, Kevin Buchanan, just a lot of people all over. I don't want to start because, like I said, the show is carried by multiple stations, and there's a lot of people that support me. KLUS Augusta, the owner of KLUS radio station in Monroe, Louisiana, who's actually doing a show. She says she's going to be doing another show too, by the way. So that's going to be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get the right information. I don't want to give you the wrong information. Hold on. Let me see. And okay, let's see. Coming to the conference. Click here to book. Contact us. Um,
I'm telling she knows everybody. You
no,
have been all over.
I don't know
That is
everything,
awesome.
but I have had the pleasure of performing on a lot of shows with a lot of artists. I had the pleasure to, I learned a lot from Peggy Scott Adams. She taught me a lot. Denise LaSalle,
Yeah.
talked to them. Millie Jackson, Clarence Carter. Um, it's just a pleasure to just be able to be in the same room. And just like now, my management, they are so great. Um, my manager's name is um, he's going to choke me. His name is Joe Mason, and he actually works for a person. His name is Ken Wilson, and he is one of the top music distributors. They distribute music for Smokey Robinson, Babyface, Isley Brothers, Angel Faye Russell. So
Yes.
um, I'm
Oh,
blessed. I'm blessed. So I
oh,
got to check him out.
yes. I'm telling you, I'm just ecstatic that you came to the Queen Kim Real Talk. I'm telling you, I just feel honored. I'm telling
No, I'm
you.
honored. Oh my God.
The story, the interesting, the people you met, all the radio stations you shouted out. I just think it's awesome. And Southern Soul, where do you where and like you say with the Grammy. So how do you feel about Southern Soul? Let's get a little insight of your opinion on your.
Well, I try when I go into my Southern Soul Breakout radio show to kind of educate people on what Southern Soul is, because a lot of people they really not sure about the difference between Southern Soul and R&B. If you ever listen to a Southern Soul song, it has like a distinct bass line. It's different from most of the other R&B music. Also, it usually has lyrics that tell a story in it, and it's actually a combination of like maybe R&B, like a hip hop type drum beat, and that's the combination. So some of the combinations of Southern Soul, and like I said, the reason why I got his name is because it originated in the southern United States, and all those states like from going even as far as Florida, Atlanta, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Arkansas, all of these states, the southern parts, um, North, South Carolina, and southern areas. So that's how it came about. Um, I fell in love with Southern Soul, even though I had started doing the music, but I really fell in love with Southern Soul after I learned the history behind the blues, and how Southern Soul is really like an extension of the blues, just like how rap evolved to hip hop to where it is today. Southern Soul is an extension of the blues. It started off with the blues, and then it just evolved today to what it is right now. So when I learned as much as I did from the blues doctor, he told me about the history of the blues and everything, how it evolved. That's when I really fell in love with Southern Soul, and I felt a need to bring awareness of it to other people. So
Yes.
I've been trying to carry that torch and make that happen. And now, that it is getting attention from the majors, and
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be a
Yes.
billboard chart,
Right.
that's going to take
Take
place.
it to the next level. Yeah. Just keep.
Right.
You know. Uh, you're gonna see some mainstream artists moving over there. Yeah.
Well, you have
Already have.
actually Calvin Richardson.
Yes.
His label was just signed by BMG, the same label that I have the I Know You Miss Me song on with Binky Womack. So it's getting attention.
It is.
And like I said, I'm not going to say the name of the label now that is, but it is a major label that
Okay.
is trying to do the distribution of that Girls, Girls, Girls song. Because I did have it up on YouTube and stuff, and they said, no, you got to take it down and everything. They want me to go to another studio in Connecticut and re-record the vocals on it and stuff like that.
Okay.
So they want me to do a lot of stuff. So I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
We'll
Well,
see.
okay. And tell everybody where can they find your music? At
If you Google, you can Google Angel Faye Russell, ANGELFAYE RUSSELL, and you'll be able to pull up all the different digital platforms, and everywhere you can find the music. So I guess that's the best way to do it. Just Google Angel Faye Russell, and you'll be able to find me. Yeah.
all right. And Miss Russell did mention some of her events coming up, and also, like I said, y'all can follow her on her two pages, um, and you're gonna boom, you're gonna see all of the events she's on. She's
Well,
hosting the
yeah.
panelists,
Well, yeah.
everything.
Yeah, so on the 18th, Sunday the 18th, like I said, I'll be in Verbena, Alabama with Uncle Daddy,
Oh
Brown
wow.
Sugar. Who else is on that show? I think it's FPJ. Don't make me tell a lie, but
Hmm.
it's a lot of other talented artists. They added me on. I'll be there. And then King South. Hopefully, everything works out. I don't know if everybody knows the history of him, but he's on some shows, and he's supposed to be on a show that same day in Whitehall, Alabama, Paradise Park. That's right in it's a street that's right in front of a Whitehall casino in Whitehall, Alabama. You go down that street, and Paradise Park is right there. So that's going to be a show also on the 18th of Sunday this weekend coming up.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm finna leave. I gotta play this song before we go. But we're gonna go out on this song. Boy, I tell you, I'm glad you stopped by. I'm glad. Oh, I hope everybody enjoyed. Thank y'all for tuning in. Any last words you want to say? Any advice you want to take us out on?
Yeah, I've been told a lot of stuff. I've been told about people, you need to sing this way, you need to sing that way, and a lot of different things. I was told by these labels that they had chose my music because it sounds different from what, because I guess it does sound different, but that's why they chose me, because it doesn't sound like everything else, and everybody think it's actually the other way around, that it needs to sound like everybody else's music. But my advice is, um, I have is, if you have a dream, hold on to your dream, because a lot of people can take a lot of things away from you, but the one thing they can't take away from you is your dream. So always believe in yourself.
That's
I am my best fan.
all right.
Yeah, you are
Hey,
the best fan. Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Y'all take that and run with it. And hey, just keep going higher and higher.
Thank you,
And
Faye.
we finna take it out on this. I'm just a little snippet, just a little snippet. And we're gonna go. Can't teach a can't teach an old dog new.
My friend is a lot. My friend is a lot older than I am, so it's a long story. Anyway, moving along.
Well, this,
Said you never, ever, ever change your own ways. I'm alright with that.
I I just wanted to play just a little bit of it. I'm gonna play some more. I'm gonna play a
Okay.
little bit more before we leave out. But thank you for coming. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Any artists rocking with us, salute. Any DJs, salute. And any radio hosts, salute. Thank y'all for
Thank
tuning in.
you, everybody. Thank you, all of y'all, for I love y'all.
All right. And we're
Thank you.
just gonna have a good night. And I'll see you June 24th.
Yes, you will.
All right. You have a good night.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye. Oh, we was just talking to Miss Angela Faye Russell. She had an awesome story, awesome journey, and some great music. And might let me get back to one of them. Hey, I'm finna rock out with this one. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. Thank y'all for tuning in. Rocking with your girl Queen Kim. Said you never, ever, ever change your own ways. I'm alright with that. That's what they say. I just want you to quench my body's desires, and that's a fact. I wanna kiss you, hug you, snug you, rub you, love you, baby. Take to keep my heart and love me all night. Good Good night, Miss Roberts.
I wanna hold you, squeeze you, squeeze you, tease you, come on, baby.
Y'all throw some hearts up.
There's no right or wrong. Can't teach you no down.
Come on, Angel.
No new tricks. But that's your cool.
Hey.
Know how to treat a real man. Red Rooster Crow had passed by.
All right. I just had to have a little fun before I end the show. But blessings to everybody, and y'all have a good night. And tune in next week, next Thursday, for the next artist. God bless. Have a good night.